I'm Steve Volkman with Jefferies, co-hosting this event with several of my sell-side colleagues. So you'll see us doing some of these fireside chats as the afternoon goes on. We'd love to have this be interactive, so we'll have time for questions from the field as well. And so we're going to start off with Komatsu, but first we're going to have a quick word from Megan Tunnell, who is the president of the AEM, and we definitely thank the AEM for co-hosting this with us and taking care of a lot of these logistics, which is a huge relief for us. After Megan has a couple of words here, we're going to hear from Rod Schrader. I think most people know Rod Schrader, Chairman and CEO of Komatsu North America. He's been that since 2013, oversees manufacturing, distribution, construction, forestry, and mining and utility. And I don't know what other spare time you have after that. But Mike Gaddisfeld is Vice President of Products and Services and has been with Komatsu since 2000. They're going to do a presentation. When they're done, I'll pop back up and we'll have a couple of questions. And that's how this is all going to work. So, Megan.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you to your firm Jefferies for supporting us in this. Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you here. As you mentioned, I'm Megan Tunnell. I am in year 2 of the presidency of the AEM. I've been told I have 5 years to do the right thing, and I promise I won't take that long. We're really pleased to have you all here. It's a great opportunity for our members to share their stories with you, the investor community, and on the flip side, you as the investors to talk to different business leaders. We encourage you to go around and talk to different people on the show floor as well. Speaking of the show floor, if you were with us in 2020, the last time we had this event, it was the last time there was any event, and I'm just so excited that we're all back together again in this fabulous city of Las Vegas. So just a quick note, after you spend the day here listening to all of the great stories of our members and you do hit the show floor, be prepared. It's the largest event ever. We're just about 3 million net square feet. We expect to also have record-breaking attendance. So again, happy to have you all here. I won't hold you up any longer, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Thanks, Megan. Thanks, Stephen, for the introduction, and welcome. Pleasure to be here with you today. Has everybody been out on the show floor? Enjoying it? I hope so. And if you haven't made it to the Komatsu booth, please do so and see our equipment, our services, our solutions, and get a chance to talk to our people. This is our normal cautionary statements. I think you're all familiar with that. I'm Rod Schrader, Mike Gaddisfeld. We've got some of our gentlemen here, TK, who's our president, Rod Bull, EVP of our North American region, Tim Trippus, a senior VP of CE and Forest, and Doug Morris, who's our VP of Forestry. So they're my bodyguards, and they're going to help if any of your questions stump me. So yeah, let's get started. We don't have a lot of time today, so we'll try to be as brief as possible. As you know, we just recently announced our third quarter results, so we really don't have any new news to show from an official standpoint. Mike will have some time to talk about what we're showing at the floor and some of our new technology and solutions, and then hopefully we'll have a little time for some Q&A. So if you recall, in 2021, we celebrated our 100th year anniversary in business, and actually in North America, this year is our 73rd year of operation, so we've been a long-term player in the business. You can also see our footprint across the globe, 85 manufacturing operations, 88 sales operations to be close to our customers in the construction, mining, utility, forestry, and industrial machinery areas is our core industries that we serve. And this is just, again, a quick footprint snapshot of all the products, services in our portfolio. No intention to walk through this. You're probably familiar, and you'll see firsthand on the show floor here, primarily focused on our construction, forestry. We've got waste and aggregate and energy sectors, machines and services and solutions primarily orientated to those industries. Yeah, here's a slide you're probably familiar with. This is our latest projection for our 7 major product categories. This does include mining. We are forecasting that the overall global demand in the industries we serve on the construction, utility, and mining sectors to be flat year over year. If we do take out, with the exception of China, differs a little bit region by region, but we're expecting demand to be in that 0 to plus 5% range, and this is unchanged from our April forecast. In the third quarter, the China market was continued to be sluggish. Demand did continue to increase in North America and Europe, but declined in the Japan and the Southeast Asia and other regions. Specifically for North America, demand was, I will call it basically flat, increased 1% year over year. Demand was stronger in the infrastructure, in the rental segments, also pretty firm in the energy segment. However, demand was softer in the residential and non-residential areas for that 1% year over year change. As a total, our original forecast for the year for demand in North America was 0 to 5%, and we've not changed that, and it's looking like it will be trending within that range when we finish out March. Here's a look at our sales across our various regions. We're here in North America. I represent North America, so we took out all the other numbers on the chart to focus. Overall sales were up 28.4% across our global network. That's 2,363 billion yen on a total basis. Sales in China and CIS were down. Every other region was up. Good sharp increases in North America, Asia, and Latin America. And specifically for North America, increased year over year 44% in sales, and you can see over there on the right, North America representing 26% of the total sales revenue for global Komatsu. And then last financial slide, as you recall at our January 31st earnings call, despite the impact of supply chain challenges, increases in material costs, logistic costs, both sales and operating income reached a record high in the third quarter due to increasing equipment sales, parts sales and services, and increased in pricing across the globe and the weaker yen. Both net sales and operating incomes are both trending very steady. Our order backlogs are continuing to build in most regions of the world. However, the yen's a little bit weaker than our December number 140, so that will have some, or can have some negative impact. We are seeing some softening signs in the European and U.S. Markets, specifically in the residential and non-residential areas, so we'll be watching those very closely. But at the end of the bottom line, we had our projection in October. We're sticking with that projection for the full year for our financial results, and you can see that on the slide here. Then from a strategic standpoint, our strategic priorities and trends are shaping our industries. I would call them kind of a mix of new and old. Sustainability's rise in importance is becoming very critical, but the needs still remain for safe and highly productive machines, and that doesn't fall away. The challenges of labor shortages, both from an operator perspective with our customers, also from our dealer perspective with technicians, further complicate things. So, the big question is how can our customers do more with less? More sustainably, without sacrificing their bottom line or quality of work. So Mike's going to talk about this in a little more detail, but looking at these challenges within the kind of the buckets of technology utilization, sustainability goals, and labor challenges, we actually see opportunities to support our customers consistently, leveraging technology, automation, training, and a mix of on-machine and cloud-based solutions. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mike, our VP of Product and Service and Solutions, and he's going to walk through some of our strategic responses to these trends. Mike?
Thanks, Rod. So good afternoon, everybody. So aligned to what our customers need to stay profitable, to work sustainably, and find and retain a strong workforce, we're displaying a wide mix of solutions to help customers continue to advance in their pursuit of effective technology implementation, more sustainable ways of working, and optimizing their workforce. We also recognize that each customer operation is unique. So within these focus areas, we're highlighting opportunities for those just starting down these paths, as well as for those ready to make a transformational step change in how they run their business. So while each business is unique, the need for predictability is universal. From on-machine technology to cloud-based offerings and digital solutions, Komatsu can help customers implement the latest technologies to best meet the needs of their operations. Connecting on-machine intelligent machine control to cloud-based offerings through smart construction and through smart quarry, we can help customers predict, plan, and work more effectively. For some customers, implementing technology is just about the fact that they've had good success with their traditional Komatsu machines and realize they can do more. So we can work with them to understand the IMC capabilities to start to automate parts of this process. And then we've got customers who want to take their intelligent machine foundation and connect those assets digitally to the cloud using smart construction solutions. That's where the machine telematics meets job site information to further enhance the predictability of a customer's operation, while also supporting sustainability goals by improving efficiency and reducing fuel consumption. Many of our smart construction offerings and smart quarry offerings are also brand agnostic, meaning you don't need Komatsu equipment to get benefit and value out of these solutions. So helping customers shift from manual, disconnected processes to digitally connected allows not only improvement within these individual processes, such as moving from surveying to 3D surveying by drone, but a digital transformation across their organization as they start to see all the data in one place. Through the combination of smart construction solutions supported by telematics via My Komatsu and the capabilities of our intelligent machine control or IMC machines, customers can start to see larger opportunities for change resulting in cost savings, more efficient use of time and equipment, and increased productivity. There are now tens of thousands of workplaces globally using smart construction tools and IMC to enhance their equipment use and their operational effectiveness. So in order to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, we must go beyond our own factories, our own facilities, and our equipment production to support more sustainable use of Komatsu products in the field. That starts with optimizing existing fleets, leveraging technology and training to reduce fuel burn and decrease emissions while providing OEM quality remanufactured components when replacements are needed. For customers looking to further embed sustainability into their operations, we've developed hybrid and electric products through our decades of experience in mining and construction. And to provide flexibility in how we get to a more sustainable future, we're also pursuing use of alternative fuel sources such as hydrogen and synthetic fuels. So our pathway to product decarbonization includes various technologies shown here. That goes from efficient use of equipment, from training to machine control, equipment improvements such as hydromechanical transmissions, diesel electric to tethered power, energy storage such as capacitors and batteries, and alternative fuels including hydrogen, renewable fuels, and synthetic fuels. From meeting worker shortages to reducing downtime, we can help customers best utilize the available tools to optimize their operations. We also play a role in helping make our industries more attractive to the new generations of skilled workers. Digitalization and automation make it easier for anyone to use our equipment while prioritizing safety and productivity. Our low emissions and fully electric equipment offerings show a commitment to the future of the planet on the part of our customers as well as on Komatsu. As customers look to onboard new talent and keep existing teams current, we're committed to providing easy-to-use, on-demand digital training solutions through our new Komatsu Academy solution and expanding our line of simulators. In addition to providing self-guided access and enhanced learning paths, Komatsu Academy offers customers a chance to save on travel costs for training and support the creation of learning communities where users can share knowledge. Increasing the use of digital training tools, including simulators, reduces wear and tear on the customer's equipment. And with real motion technologies and interchangeable modules, our simulators provide off-machine learning that further supports conserving fuel while upskilling workers. So before we get to Q&A, a few quick things to note. If you haven't yet, as Rod mentioned, please come by, visit our booth, W42044, to see many of these new and expanded offerings firsthand. Komatsu's Director of Customer Solutions, Jason Annisberger, is hosting an educational session on Friday where he'll go into depth on the digital transformation of the job site. That's going to be a great session. I highly advise going to it. And for any investor questions, please see the email address shown here. And appreciate your time today. Rod and I will be happy to take some questions with the time remaining.
All right, thanks, Mike and Rob. Maybe I'll take it off if it's all right on the questions. Rod, you were showing your sort of forecast going ahead, sort of flattish overall. I assume you guys tend to do your forecast in unit terms, right? So how are you thinking about pricing kind of on top of the units? And have you done any price actions in 2023 that are sort of incremental?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just to be clear is that we won't officially announce our forecast for 2023 until probably the end of April when we have our earnings call for the full year and kind of put our plan together. So I just tried to give some flavor of what we're seeing now. If pricing we'll be taking pricing action in 2023. In Japan, we did increase price, I think effective February, a new price increase. For the North American market, we've been increasing price since about the fall, fourth quarter of 2020, incrementally, probably on average every quarter. We've had a price increase. January 1 was our most recent price increase across, not only equipment but parts in our different sectors. So we expect that based on the current data and inflation and cost inputs that we'll likely be continuing that process through 2023.
Great, and then you said one other thing in your remarks, which is you were seeing a little bit of sign weakness in Europe and the U.S. You talked about housing. I don't think that surprises anybody, but then you also said commercial construction. Can you just expand on kind of what you're seeing there, because we're not really hearing?
Yeah, I mean, from a non-residential standpoint, there's different segments of non-residential. There's the hospitals and schools and things of that nature that are positive. There's the malls and the commercial buildings and things that we're seeing some softness in that area. Residential, we're also seeing some demand softness. Now, from a Komatsu standpoint, that's probably a bigger impact to the small compact equipment, and that's a relatively small segment of our overall revenue and demand, a sales portion. So we're watching that very carefully. Our team's been very diligent in trying to study in a new way, looking at housing backlog. The headline is housing starts and housing sales. Okay, well, when 6 months ago, 12 months ago, when contracts were laid, and when has that work actually been done? There's a shortage of labor across the entire all industries, and so housing starts that may have, or housing permits that may have been given 6 or 12 months ago, they may still be on the book. So we're really trying to dive into that. It is down, but it's not quite as down as the headline number. So I would say we're we're not as pessimistic. I think there's opportunity there, but it definitely will be softer than it has been in 2022.
Okay, great. And the last one for me, and we'll take anybody here. You didn't say much about mining, but I know that sort of falls under your umbrella as well. Just any update for us on what you're seeing in the mining business?
Yeah, I would say mining business has been pretty good in 2023, by our reported amounts. The market in some sectors has softened a little bit on the OE side, but the parts business is extremely strong. Customers are using the product at a very high utilization rate. Probably, I think it was last 10 years, it's at the highest rate on record as far as utilization hours that they're utilizing the machines on a daily basis. Our EDT business, the market was down a little bit in 2020, will be down a little bit in 2022. We expect that is more of a timing issue with order completion. 23 will probably bounce back to a more normal level. Commodity prices are good, demand is good, so we expect actually mining to be a little better in 23 than it was in 22.
Great, okay. Anybody?
Just right here.
Okay, we have money.
Thanks, Ron, if you just talk about from an automation standpoint, what's the magnitude of opportunity in front of you folks if you get take rates even higher for some of the advanced features? What kind of increased content per unit could we be looking at, and where are adoption rates for some of those key products that
Specifically for our mining trucks or just in general?
across the portfolio?
That's a pretty hard question. I'll let Mike handle that one.
So from the construction side, right, and when we talk about automation, I mean, some people think, okay, a fully autonomous job site with no people on there, that's a long ways away. But what we're doing is we're trying to automate parts of the process. So our intelligent machine controls that we've had out, intelligent machine control machines we've had out for a number of years, we continue to see higher usage of those. So now, for instance, our D71 that we have out on the floor, I mean, we see as much demand, if not more, for the intelligent version than the standard version. That's one of the higher percentages, but we continue to see more and more automation in our basic products. When we look at smart construction, there's some automated processes and some of the solutions that we have on the floor, like Smart Construction Field, where when you walk onto the job site, it'll log you in, you walk off, it logs you off. So, I mean, in construction, there's so many different processes, so many different things that an operator does over the course of the day. It'll take more time to fully automate every single thing that person's doing, but you're going to continue to see us have more and more products, more and more solutions that have parts of those processes automated.
And a similar question, if I may, in terms of where the operations are running today, can you comment if you're in 2 shifts or 3 shifts, and if you do need to take production rates down, are you at a better place from an incremental margin standpoint because of where trade costs have been and other factors, if you do need to take production rates lower?
I think the easy answer or quick answer to that is yes. Each facility is a little bit different. I would say I don't think any of our facilities in North America are running 100% 3 shifts. There will be certain functions that are running maybe a 3rd shift where, welding frames or certain activities where the supply chain is tighter or, the backlog is stronger. It will be easier, I think, from a margin perspective. Margins are good and solid across the board. Really from a North American standpoint, what our strategy's been probably for the last 15 years is across this would exclude Milwaukee, it would exclude the mining product factories. From the construction factories, is we level load that factory. Basically, its production level today versus 2010, I'm just picking an arbitrary date, but it's been relatively flat. We try not to have to lay anybody off. We have a very stable workforce. And so then when we need more, we import. because we're a child plant. The PC 490 or 360 that we build in Chattanooga is the same as what's built in Osaka in Japan. And so we have that flex with import so that we can keep a very level load to the factory, very level, dedicated, highly skilled workforce across our network.
Over the next game over there, Ryan, you said magic words, supply chain. Maybe just give us a quick read on what's coming there.
I would say supply chain is better. I was talking, where was David's here somewhere? He gave the analogy of, okay, well, if supply chain before the pandemic was 10 and in the heart of the pandemic it was 2, where do you think it is now? And I would say in the 6, 7 range, right? It's better, significantly better from where it was. There's still issues and problems on a regular basis, but they're becoming less and less, and we've got maybe clearer visibility into our suppliers and the issues, so we have more advanced warning to be able to deal with it. I expect it to continue to improve in 23. I don't think we'll be out of back to normal by the end of 23, but I think, keeps improving.
Hello, and thanks for your time this afternoon. The question I had is, this is an industry that historically has had pretty strong brand loyalty, but I'm wondering, with all the change we're seeing, not only from technology and digitization and increased focus on efficiency, but also the slow generational turn to a younger ownership and operator, if now, do you think the durability and strength of brand loyalty is what it once was, and is that actually an opportunity for Komatsu in North America?
I'll give an answer, and then Mike can give an answer as well. I think quality and reliability is always going to be very important. But if you do look at the actual stats, machine utilization is relatively low in the construction industry as far as you're buying a $300,000 or $400,000 machine and you may be using it 1,500 hours in a given year. It's relatively a low number, and that's industry numbers. That's not Komatsu's numbers. So I think the younger generation is very data-driven, very efficient and process-driven. But at the same time, you've got to have that reliable product that's going to get the job done in those moments and using that. I would say it's an opportunity. We have to be engaged in that opportunity. We have to have the technology and the solutions that are coming to market. I think for the company that says, "No, I'm just going to be in the equipment business," yeah, they're going to go away, because it's really about how to become more efficient and how to partner with our customers to be able to look not so much at the machine. We have to change. We're trying to change our focus. It's the job site. All the machines need to be connected within the job site to maximize the productivity and the efficiency of the customer. And so that's what's most important.
I think Rod pretty much covered everything. But the one thing I'd add is, if you look at what's the theme of our show, what's our brand promise? Creating value together, right? And we're trying to do that with our customers. We're trying to promote that for them to see Komatsu as a partner that's working with them, that understands their situations and can provide products and solutions that can adapt to those situations and make our customers more profitable.
Great.
I have a very similar question. So I'm Wes Anderson from Demo. I'm a commercial banker. I'm not here for analyst questions, all that. But my question, so I make a lot of heavy equipment dealers. Did Komatsu win? And what I mean by that is, with the COVID shutdown, the supply chain constraints, everybody was griping, dealers not getting stuff or getting delayed, etc. All brands. But I look at that and said it was a tough 2 to 3 years, right? But did Komatsu overachieve in that environment and perhaps make these dealers pick up extra customers, find a way to make that a breakthrough as of today? Did you win? I'm asking the same question of Cap 2, and I'm getting straight answers.
Well, if I talk to our routine conversations with our sales team and our region responsible team. They can chime in, and this has been an opportunity to talk to all of our dealers to get the most recent data. And last night I spent a lot of time with a bunch of our customers, and I would not hesitate to say, yeah, we did. I got compliments from the dealers and the customers of how we handled the supply chain disruptions, not only from the machine standpoint, but also from the parts standpoint. And one of the things they mentioned was how we gave a personal touch, that how our people stayed in contact with them to keep them abreast of when it was coming or how much it was delayed, so that they felt confident in dealing with us.
Anecdotally, I've heard that too.
Good.
Maybe one more.
Hey, Rod. Hey, on the mining side, given the energy transition and your largest competitor has a power gen business, how do you feel you're competitively positioned to handle providing not just fleet, but the powering of the new generation of equipment coming in mining?
Power gen from providing power to the mines?
Correct, for battery, for charging of battery, even hydrogen, whatever it may be, just giving Caterpillar's power gen business.
Well, I mean, I think we would look at it with our partnership with Cummins. We're very tightly aligned with them, and so we're having discussions always with them relative to the infrastructure and how we can collaborate to do that. Komatsu's not gonna get into the power gen business, I don't believe. You can ask Ogawa that the next time you see him. I don't know, but yeah, I think we would be looking at it from partnerships and versus a direct involvement.
So there haven't been any long-term deals, long-term agreements that you felt the customer was asking for, the powering of the mine, the equipment, that
No.
disadvantage you at all?
No.
Thank you.
Okay,
I would say,
one more.
just a quick comment on the mining product itself. We've been building electric drive trucks for decades, our loaders as well, and our road shovels. I mean, if you look at this transition to electrification, Komatsu has a strong lead just in the electrification process in mining.
Last question.
Thank you. Could you talk about synergies with XJOY as KMC? So it's been 6-7 years since the acquisitions, and also if you have any ideas and areas to do further M&A for going forward, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
I'll start with the first one. We always have an open mind, but I can't share with you any specifics that we're looking at. Relative to Joy, what we call KMC, every year we work on integrating the organization. Back office is all integrated. Our North American organization has been integrated between the two organizations, and continually look at where we can be more efficient, optimize our resources and our processes. So I would say all going well, and continuing to make sure that our organization is focused on the customer, providing the best service across our footprint that I showed you earlier. And then from a North American standpoint, one of the big things has been our R&D and our manufacturing, and synergizing and optimizing those processes and practices across our various manufacturing and R&D centers, so that we can leverage for example, the technology on the R&D side across the various product categories, or the processes and the supply chains relationships on the manufacturing side.
Just one thing to add from a booth standpoint, right? We have products from formerly Joy Global out on the floor, and those are fully integrated, the staff's integrated, right? So I'd ask you to come out and see how well we're working together.
All right, with that, Rod, Mike, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate the time, and wish you all the best of the show.
Thanks. Thanks, everybody.